What's going on, guys? It's Jed. Welcome to another Bitcoin update. I'm sorry I don't have my microphone with me today. I'm not at home. I'm using my laptop right now, but I just want to give you guys a quick update. So, like I mentioned, we were expecting some volatile action, right? I mentioned we would be seeing some volatile action the day of that it happened. So, I know the apex was around, by textbook, the apex is right here, right? So some people would have probably, waited till it went closer, but something was telling me that we were going to see something that day. And, by textbook, it would be great to have pumps exactly out of this apex. But the way psychologically the market was set up, I had a feeling that it was just, something was going to pop a little bit before that. So that's what ended up happening. Obviously, we have this daily downtrend, right? So we had this daily downtrend, right? We keep these here, right? It's a downtrend. It did break, but you keep these, right? Because these are infinite. I always mention that's why I have these here. All these downtrends and uptrends, these things are infinite until they're invalid. So the second it broke below this, right? The second trend broke below this downtrend, that immediately became resistance, right? And when you don't see any resistance here on this, this flash dump, what is there to target? It's most likely going to be this downtrend, and that's what it tested. Okay, I mentioned that was a local pump. That was a local pump, and now you can see it went back to where it was. The same trend that brought it up is the same trend that'll bring it down. Okay, we're not going to see Bitcoin go to 100K off this one pump. That's just not possible. This is trading, guys. We are traders, and I like to be 100% transparent with you, okay? So now, what's the case now, okay? So it looks like we have to update this 4-hour downtrend. So that's what we're gonna do and see where it takes us. We're gonna move this to here, and as you can see, there's a hard close above it. So we're actually gonna move it to here, okay? So it's pretty consistent with this daily downtrend. So we may see some local movement against this 4-hour, but we're really looking at this daily apex now here. Considering that this daily uptrend holds, which is holding right now. And it's great because what do we have here? We have a low here, we have a low here, and a low here. And what does that create? It's an uptrend, right? It's respecting this uptrend. So what can we say? Trend is still locally in an uptrend, regardless, even if it retested, even if this whole move up was pointless, right? It's still a higher low. That's what really matters. And the fact that it's retesting, right? The fact that it's retesting these levels, it's pretty much trying to invalidate this dump, right? So you would say, pretty much from this dump over here to here, right? The same trend that brings it down, same trend that brings it up. This is pretty much invalidating this dump, right? So as long as this uptrend holds, right, the more of the chances it's going to move up and break above this and, much higher to these levels, etc. But we can't get ahead of ourselves, because we still have all this data we have to work with. So let's clean up our chart a bit more. So FYI, guys, this level was tested, this daily was tested, this was tested, this was tested. So now you can see why this just completely broke and why I had the target set on the daily downtrend, right? Because these are just all daily tested levels. Tested 4-hour and daily levels. This red line, it looks a little bit crazy on the 4-hour, but it's on the daily time frame. So as you can see, it's still valid, right? Still valid. If you want, you can even mark the swing low. Personally, I wouldn't have done this because I like the bodies of the candles on the daily time frame. So let's just mark that, and you can see it's actually pretty respecting with that 4-hour. The 4-hour is actually more accurate, and the 4-hour here is a lot more accurate as well. So yeah, let's keep this daily level because this is a daily level. Let's go back to the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so now we conclude that this is pretty much which should have been accumulation, right? The proper accumulation zone. Whoa, what just happened? Yep. So this is proper accumulation, which I didn't mark, guys. I'm sorry, I should have marked that. But this would be proper accumulation in this region here. So yeah, so right now is an accumulation. This is local accumulation. So, I do think that, you know, it's going to continue slowly moving up and laddering on this daily uptrend. So, you know, accumulation to be in this area, right? So keep that in mind when you start trading, when you trade your altcoins, that again, in this region now, the only thing that's holding this, even though it's uptrending, the only thing that's really holding it is this uptrend, and along with some daily tested levels. So it has more support than, let's say, you know, this structure here. This was hanging on by just one trend line, whereas this is hanging on by a uptrend, and you have multiple daily levels here, some 4-hour levels. They are tested, but it's pretty solid support in my opinion. So we'll see how it goes. Obviously, you know, where is the next resistance here is, you know, straight to it. You know, it's pretty straightforward. We have this origin 4-hour level here. We have an origin level here that's tested. You know, these are all tested levels. So here, and I mean, we can even go as high as here because this is already tested, so that would most likely break. But yeah, accumulation with expectations that it would, you know, hit around this area. And we would just have to consider that this daily uptrend is going to hold. Those would be our targets. So yeah, very straightforward, guys. And yeah, you don't overcomplicate it. You know, these levels have been here since forever. You know, we had these since June, and they're still being respected. So again, don't overcomplicate it. If you know how to market levels correctly, follow what I'm doing. You know, obviously add your own spice or twist to it if you feel like you have to, or, you know, let me know if I'm missing anything. Very important to, you know, even I can make mistakes like this. I forgot to mark the accumulation zone, you know, so yeah, so I apologize for that. It's just been very busy. But anyways, yeah, that's my prediction on Bitcoin. So you know, especially with the hype around the, what is it called, like ETFs, you know, that would, you know, there's so much hype generated around here. I wouldn't be surprised if it moves up. You know, it pretty much expedite what's already supposed to happen anyway. So yeah, daily uptrend, make sure it holds, and resistances right here on the 4-hour time frame. And good luck. Let me know if you have any questions. Leave a comment below. See ya.